Hi everybody, here we're at Global Gamers Day in Las Vegas for Namco Bandai, and we're showing off a lot of new games, including Dragonballz for Kinect, which we announced today. Dragonballz for Kinect actually brings you deeper into the world of Dragonballz like never before, using you as the controller. Now not only can you immerse yourself in this universe, but you can actually live out those long-time fantasies of being these great Dragonballz characters. We have over 50 different characters in the game, including a new character that's never been in a game before. We have a new anime, 30-minute anime that's debuting in the US and Europe for the very first time. That's going to be inside the game. Just take it from the main menu and you can sit back and watch brand new Dragonballz anime. The Kinect sensor allows us to do over 100 different authentic Dragonballz moves. Obviously, we have stuff from close melee combat, like punching and kicking and guarding, but we also have long-range attacks. Obviously, the legendary Kamehameha is in there. We also have other things like special beam cannon and some of the other crazier powerful attacks. But it is a workout. It's definitely fun to get in there and just start unleashing on the enemy. It's pretty gratifying when you can do boost up your power and then just go crazy on the enemy. We have two different modes in the game. Story mode, which will take you through what you would normally expect, a progression through different adversaries. It's done in more of a cutscene dynamic camera style, so it's kind of trying to mirror that same type of presentation that you get with the manga and the anime. But we also have a score attack mode, which is more of a one-on-one battle situation where you're really trying to go for the highest score. Something else that's cool about Dragonballz Kinect and how we're leveraging the Kinect technology is that we have these QR codes that are in the game. If you're not familiar with QR codes, you might have seen them at the store on packaging or maybe on a poster or whatever, but if you have a mobile device, you scan those and it usually takes you somewhere onto the web, or maybe it plays a video. Well, using that same premise, we've got the Kinect sensor and we've done different custom codes. When you hold this up to the Kinect sensor, it recognizes the pattern. When it recognizes the pattern, it actually unlocks new characters as well as power-ups. So you can get them from the very beginning of the game. How we're going to get these out to the fans, we'll have more announcements later on, but you can imagine there could be retailer incentives if you pre-order the game at some place, or maybe even through promotions or through the press media to get it out to their fan base. So we have over 20 of these planned in the game. More announcements to come in the future months. The game is exclusive to Xbox 360. We built it from the ground up for the Kinect, and it's coming on October 2012 this year.
Hey guys, Hamza Aziz here in Las Vegas on assignment to see a bunch of Namco Bandai games, and one game in particular I just saw was Dragonballz for Kinect. It is exactly what you imagine. You play as Dragonballz characters, you're punching, you're throwing fireballs, you're doing all crazy stuff as you would in the show. So basically what it is that you are any one of the number of Z warriors, so Piccolo, Goku, whoever, and you're fighting against all the traditional enemies you would see in the series, like Raditz, Frieza, all the big names. And how it goes is you stand still, you're throwing your fists, your legs out there, punching, kicking, throwing energy blasts and all that good stuff as the enemies are flying around you. So it's kind of like it's not even an on-rails fighter, it's more like you're just standing still and turning in circles as you're trying to keep up with your enemies. So to go along with Dragonballz for Kinect are these QR codes. You put them up against your Kinect and it will unlock any number of characters. There's 50 characters and all 100 moves that the characters can perform. How you will get these cards, I have no idea. They didn't exactly say. I would assume that you could just pull it up on your phone or print them out, because I don't see anyone buying these. Why would anyone want to buy these?
Really?
didn't have really too much fun with it. I don't know if it was just because the Kinect couldn't really detect my moves. I was trying to do the special beam cannon, you know, Piccolo's signature move where he puts his fingers like this, does the blast. Wasn't happening. I was just standing like this, trying to throw it. I was looking like an idiot, like I am right now, in fact. But you know, that's the Kinect for you. You look like an idiot no matter what game you're playing on that thing. So that's Dragonballz Z for Kinect in a nutshell. It's coming out this October. If you're a super diehard fan who's bought like literally there's been like at least 50 games since the original Nintendo days, you will definitely pick this up, I'm sure, and not have the greatest time.
Well, we're really excited here at Global Gamers Day to announce Dragonballz Z for Kinect. Obviously, Dragonballz Z has been a long-running, long-standing anime, manga, and game franchise. It's been in our world for a long time, and we know that the fans out there are so immersed in the world, and how can we get them even deeper into the experience? And that was one of the main ideas for bringing this world into Kinect for the very first time. The new game for Kinect actually has a lot of great content. First of all, there's over 50 characters in the game. You know, a lot of the fan favorites that you'd expect. There's actually a new, never-before-seen character. There's also exclusive new anime content that's debuting in US and Europe for the first time. We also have some really cool QR code functionality. Basically, there are these tiny codes. Actually, I'm holding up one right now. You might see this on a package or something when you go to the retail store. The Kinect sensor can actually scan and recognize these unique codes. We have over 20 different codes in the game, each one associated with new content. So when you start the game up, if you have one of these codes in your hand, you just instantly scan it. Kinect sensor recognizes it, and voila, you've got either a new character to play or a new power-up. In terms of how these will get messaged out to fans, basically we want to, come to them with maybe, possible retail incentives if you pre-order the game, or promotions, maybe give it out to some of the press media so they can also get it out to their fans. Definitely we want to get these in the hands of the fans, and the great news is there's a lot to go around. We've actually implemented over 100 different authentic Dragonballz Z moves. Obviously some characters have special moves, Kamehameha or special beam cannon, things like this. All of those things are recreated in the game, but it's interesting, this is I think this is the first game where you actually get to experience the world in first person, but there are also third-person moments. If you're doing really, really good, taking an opponent down, you'll actually then see the camera will cut to watching you unleash that power or that attack on the enemy, or if the enemy flies away, in retreat, you can see from dynamic camera angles, trying to sort of recreate the same, camera angles that you would expect and see in the actual anime itself. There's a lot of action and craziness going on in Dragonballz Z in the fights, and we're trying to capture that in the experience. Dragonballz Z for Kinect actually has two different distinct modes. There is a story mode where you basically progress through different opponents, different story elements. You see this all unfold in a, a la the anime, different dynamic cutscenes, different things along the way. There's also a score attack mode, and that's actually one of the things that we're showing off at Global Gamers Day, is more of a one-on-one opponent battle where you try to get the highest score. This whole franchise is all about, over-the-top, crazy, power and attacks. That's definitely represented in the game. It's pretty fun to actually sit there and charge up enough and then get ready to unleash a huge, whether it's a super Kamehameha or whatever, just totally blaze the enemy. It's pretty satisfying. We're not planning any multiplayer at the moment, but we may have some announcements down the road. So Dragonballz Z for Kinect, exclusive to Xbox 360, coming out October 2012.